Uncle shopping for coffins.
Oh,
He told me he's at the funeral parlor.
okay, coffin shopping.
Yeah. Hey, don't worry. Hey, Chef friend.
Yeah.
Chef friend, we gonna bury Chief X. We got a coffin for you. You gonna be a friendly ghost.
Okay.
You Chef the friendly ghost, right? We always we listen. We love you, Chef, but you're going down. You're going. Chief X is going on a bottom coffin. The the Corey, what do you call it? The cosmic Corey. He's going next. In the coffin, and then what's his name? Uh, architect. Yeah, he's going in the coffin. He ain't getting back up. So we stacking the coffins real high. You're gonna be you're gonna be the last coffin because you might be resurrected.
Okay.
What's his name? Oh, the Masonic dude. The Masonic dude, the dude that he don't want to talk about masonry, but he's a mason. He want to talk about all of this temperance and all of this justice and all of this, but when it comes to history, he's whacked out. He going in the ditch. Who else is going in the ditch? Oh man, Sosa, poor Sosa. Sosa gonna be a friendly ghost. He don't mean no harm.
I'm all with it. Do what y'all gotta do. Teach the community.
Yeah. That's why you're a friendly ghost, Chef, because you about the information, right?
That's
you
right.
be like, I don't see it, man. Yo, is it me? Is it me? I don't see it.
Right.
Well, yeah, that's how you get down. So that's why you're gonna be a friendly ghost, because you're gonna see it tonight.
Yeah. Yeah. It's over with. It ain't gonna take long, is it?
Yeah.
Let me hear you. No. We're gonna ask you. What the origin at, my nigga? Go ahead. We listen. Go ahead. Try to stab at it.
Listen.
Go ahead.
Listen. I don't know where the origin of it is at.
So
but
shut up.
We both read that Nubia and Egypt started around the same time. Hold on, let's read it. Let's see if I'm correct.
What? Nigga, I don't want to hear that start around the same time shit. Because it seems like you skipping and zipping. Now apologize.
I ain't apologizing shit. Because you all now the argument is where it started at.
No, the Egyptians, my nigga.
Huh?
And this what you do. You do the Chief X shit. This what Chief X do. He do this. He say, now, hold on. Mm-hmm. Let's set this up. Because that's the real nigga I won't get here. That's the one that's going down. This what Chief X do to y'all. This nigga argued for a whole year. I mean, whole year straight. Right? Talking about, these Egyptians is this. They African though, but then he named some fucking genetic markers he don't understand from outside of Africa. So he'll say they're African, but they outside. They coming from the outside. I say, yo.
But you agree with that?
I didn't agree with that.
You agree with the science?
No, nigga. Y'all, I argued y'all down about that mummy shit. Y'all ain't know what the fuck. I agree with the scientists say they don't know. No. They said the population in the South, they don't know.
What about the North African population? That's what we was talking about, the genetic markers.
Hey, Reggie, he trying to prod right now. You know I ain't got
prod for right. What? What are you going to do? What could you possibly do?
Just what Chief X does. He confused everybody. I say, Chef just did it. He lied. He said, yeah, the experts say that is neither black nor white. And they stop right there. Experts don't say that. The experts say, right, they're not black nor white, but they're homegrown indigenous Africans, right? Mm-hmm. None of them niggas agree to that. Because then guess what they'll do? Yeah, but it was a back migration. Oh, so what does the back migration mean? Then we'll argue for hours over that.
Today, you disagree with that?
Today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not even listening to this nigga till he get on my level.
I refuse. Hold on. So you disagree with that?
Chief X, nope. Now talk to Reggie or something. Don't talk to me. Talk to my hand.
So you did. So what part?
I'm not asking questions.
What part of that do you disagree with?
You're done. You're done, son. Like
different. What it is?
Listen.
Hold on. You told me to talk to Reggie. Why are you still talking? Oh, this your show. Let me be quiet.
Listen, Egyptians are homegrown indigenous African people.
So when do
Simple as that. And
when
then
do we
don't come
disagree
out
with
the window
that?
with, hey, but what about that Levantine population? They always do it, don't they, Reggie? Chief X is asphyxiated on the South. Cosmic Corey is a Mediterranean nigga. I ain't using the word nigga no more. Ninja. Yo, it's the Mediterranean. All of them, they do that. Chief X argued so hard for the Mediterranean. This nigga was like, hey, Mediterranean niggas, they always do it. They say they African, right? But then they give you non-African. I'm gonna say this again. This is clarity today, baby. When I say that the Egyptians are neither black nor white, that's because I'm not accepting, right, the racial guidelines that was put forward by the Egyptologists. So when the Egyptologists of now, when they say it, they're not accepting the racist stance, right? What's the racist stance? That there were 5 races. Watch this. This is going to clue y'all niggas in. What's the 5 races? African, European,
Wrong.
Asian, Oceania, and North America. That's how they tried to play it. But watch this. If you had to pick with Egyptians what category they fit in if we played that race card, we would have to put them in Africa. Oh, watch this. Now, in science, you have 2 terms. You have African and non-African. What is non-African? Meaning they were shaped and forged outside of the continent of Africa. Then the Egyptians would still have to be African. Now you have a chance to push away from your evil ways. There goes Sosa. Sosa, I'm gonna ask you this. We already know that Chief X said that I used the old source when I read the Cairo Symposium on 2 shows ago. I bet from the Cairo Symposium, that's an old source. He said that. Didn't he make a video yesterday talking about the Egyptians ain't black nor white? He followed experts. Since when did that nigga start following experts? See, he faking y'all out with the game, with the tongue. Right? He say he followed experts, but all this nigga do is Wikipedia. He's a Wikipedia master Wikipedia. That's all he do. And he don't even read the sources on Wikipedia. He doesn't do that. So Sosa, what's your stance? You got a chance, Sosa. You can get your reprieve. You ain't been too crazy with the rest of these niggas. What's your stance on who the Egyptians is, my nigga? What's your stance?
North Africa.
Say it.
So North Africa was developed in North Africa. I don't disagree with that.
Okay, we got him. Everybody know that Sosa say the origin of ancient Egypt is North African. All right, we got him on record.
Got you on record, my nigga. Check. Don't explain it. What's the origin of the Nubians? Sosa.
Wherever they developed, bro. Right there in North Africa.
Where?
Right there in what would be like upper Egypt.
Oh, how about North Africa? They not part of North African population?
Yeah, but now we get into genetics, bro. Like, go ahead.
No, we not. No, I asked you something.
Go ahead, I'm listening right now. Go ahead, do what you vet.
Hey, where's Gullah Geechee? Where's Gullah Geechee and Ngozi? Where the DNA, the Bayesian, the Bajau population? Where they at? Get them in here.
Gullah, hit the link.
The Creole.
Hit the link, Gullah. I want the look, the knee bone connected to the shin bone and the shin bone connected to the.
We want that. We want the what we want. We want the A1, B1, C1, D1, E1, F1.
I want all that smoke. I want that. I want that. I want all the outside migration coming in. I want that. Hey, Reggie, this is a crowning day. This is a crowning day today. I swear it is, man. Let me explain who Brother Reggie is, man. Brother Reggie is the guy, right, that put niggas on notice. I'll never forget it. Me and Reggie, we was at the museum. And Reggie was always up to his goddamn tricks. That's what he do. If you talk that talk, he gonna put you in the fucking museum and see if you can walk that walk. I'm gonna say it again. Reggie is a funny dude. If you talk that talk, he gonna take you and see if you can walk that walk. So I'm in the motherfucking museum, right? Feet hurting at this point. He was like, yo, look behind the curtain. I was like, what, nigga, behind the curtain, nigga? What's behind the curtain? I was like, oh, shit. He said, yeah, nigga, all motherfucking museums got mega libraries. What? He said, yeah, you got to get your library card. Now, he got Sanjetia's library card, right? Yeah, I'm saying? Well, next time I go to New York, I'm going right to this exhibit. I'll make sure I get my library card. So for all y'all that really want to study, right? Pay close attention. All the shit you need is in the library. In the museum, they got the best catalog because they're cataloging all the material that they bringing in, right? Brother Reggie has mastered that art of the museums. Very, very important. Sosa tapped out. Where you at, Chef? What's your stance, bro? I want to hear your stance, my nigga. We gonna get you. You know, Chief X say get everybody on the record.
They herbs. I'm rolling with Thunder tonight.
Yeah, Thunder. Yeah, Thunder. I can't even take Thunder serious. This one's for Thunder. That's the Met. There's that card. We had to start for niggas to have conversation. We had to start showing your library card around the small.
Do you got one?
No, I don't.
Hush up then.
I don't got it, but I'm there though. Hold on. But hey Reggie, look.
You gotta chill.
Hey Reggie, where you at, Reggie? Look.
Why you keep showing us that big ass book that you ain't read? Reggie. It looked like a Bible.
Reggie, see, I got the books that's in the museum libraries though. That's the difference. I got all the archaeological surveys. That's the difference. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's a big man. The book. Hold on. Hey, you know what's funny about this book though? This book is really full of pictures. It's only about this much to actually read. Look
at shit.
Oh yeah, but go to the back, Ankh. Go to the back of the book. The pullout.
Oh yeah. Oh, how would he know? How would he know there's a pullout? Look, how would he know there's a pullout? Because he must have been in the library.
Y'all know my. I'll sit back. Y'all know my stance.
How does it? No, what's your stance?
Egyptians ain't black.
No, that's it.
What other question you have?
They African, Chief X?
They are North African, yes.
Oh, you put the N on it?
They are North African, yes.
What does that mean, Chief X?
When I was in elementary, they taught us east, west, north, and south.
Oh, so they're not a southern population, yo? The Egyptians, we talking about the Egyptians, they're not a southern population. Their origins ain't in the south.
The ancient Egyptians are North African.
Are they origins in the south, Chief X? We want to get you on the record, bro.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard the nigga. He's done. Where my money? Where that money at, Chief X?
No, you got to explain that. No,
get out. I'm not explaining nothing. He said they.
Okay, wait.
You said, are they in the South? What do you mean by that?
Origins of Egyptian culture in the fucking South.
All right, so the South for what? The South for
what? Out of it. South of Egypt, nigga. South.
Okay. Well, let me re-answer. I'm kind of confused by your question. Are you saying in the South, like Sudan?
Yeah, nigga.
Oh yeah. No, they're not from Nubia. They banged.
Okay.
They
wait,
Nubia.
They're not. They're North African. They're not from Nubia. They're not black, right? What about the Mediterranean?
Yeah. What about that?
What about them?
Are they Mediterranean culture?
So, some parts of Egypt can be considered Mediterranean culture. They have Mediterranean food along the coast of the Mediterranean Sea.
Is the origins of Egypt in the Mediterranean, yo? It's parts of the origin of it, and it's parts of the origin of it in the Mediterranean. Would you say
that? I would say that the population of the ancient Egyptians first came through the Mediterranean down into the Nile, reaching Upper Egypt.
All right, yo, I appreciate that, yo. Where my money at, though? You supposed to be cash at me, Chief X? You did say that.
Wait, hold on.
You heard him. You heard him.
Wait.
You
Oh,
heard him.
sorry, Chief X.
You
I'm
heard him.
sorry. I'm kind of dumb. I'm kind of dumb.
Well, I'll help you out. That's what I'm here for, Reggie.
What was your source?
No, don't, man. Do you really care at this point? I don't care about his.
No, I just want to know his source. I'm kind of, I like to look at footnotes and shit. Chief X, what's your source on this?
Dr. Seuss, nigga. That's his source. Dr. Seuss.
You got to be specific because y'all be tricky.
Yo, is it? You know what it is, Chief? Is it your pseudo Negro intuition?
Yeah, that's what it is.
You know, I just noticed like what Ankh always say. Y'all practice racism, black supremacy. You know, Ankh say racism, white supremacy. No, it's been racism, black supremacy. And we got to stop that.
Chief X. So everybody heard Chief X. Ain't no in between. He said that they came out of the Mediterranean down up the Nile. You know what I'm saying? These niggas had motor.
Are you talking about the people or the culture? Which one?
But it's more complicated than just the yes or no area because a lot of pre-dynastic culture in that area, in the geographical area, has a lot of Mesopotamian influence.
Okay,
as far as the earliest pottery and blacktop pottery, the Badarian culture, it has a lot of Mesopotamian influence. Yeah.
All right. Okay, we hear him. Mm-hmm. Hey, Sosa, do you hear this man? Are you in agreement with this man?
I already told you what I agree with, the North African culture, and I already told you that the influence.
Hold on, we got him on record, Reggie. It's a North African culture disease. We got him on record. We got you, buddy.
Nah, I said it's not the culture developed. It's a North African culture that developed in North Africa. But you know that you already know my stance on Near Eastern influence as far as farming, and that's it's not even debatable.
Got him. We got him. Put me in the game, coach. Hey, Chef, are you backing these dudes?
I'm back.
I know you way smarter than these niggas, man. Come on, let me hear.
I'm with him.
Nah, yo, stop playing, yo. Man, stop playing.
Listen, it's for let's get the content going.
Nigga, chill. Nigga, I'm taking my time. Nigga, you know how long? Listen, man. Hey, Chief X, you said you was gonna do something, yo. You gonna take it or you bluff? If you bluffing, you just bluffing.
No, I'm not bluffing about nothing.
Gonna send that?
I said if we debate it, yeah.
You switching it? No.
I didn't switch it. We just having a little discussion right now.
No, I don't want to talk to you. I'm not. No.
Okay, I didn't even know I was allowed on the channel.
You're not. You're actually not. Get him out of here. Bye. Says you ain't do what you is. You just die and slow down.
No. Keep him on.
Go make a video about this, yo. Make a video about this, nigga.
Yo, where's your boy Mike? Where's Mike the Berber?
Q the drunk. How about Q the drunk? Where he's at? He's pretty drunk around about this time.
Taking shots and looking for other niggas instead of kicking it in.
Nigga, I can take shots, nigga, because it's over with, yo. Y'all see it, right? Bobby Banger, yo. Hey, Chef, what projects is these, yo?
I have no idea.
They ain't there no more. You need a gate, you can stand and look outside. Come on, yo.
I ain't from no damn projects. Why the hell would I know that?
You don't know what project? Oh, man.
The hell? I don't go past... I do not go past... I don't go past... Yeah, when Ricestown roll in, that's where I stop at.
Yeah, I never... Listen.
So I don't go past Mondawmin.
Damn.
I don't go into Baltimore. I don't go in town.
It was a claim somebody made about the Cairo Symposium.
Yeah, yo, when I read the Cairo Symposium, you said it was an outdated source. Then you run right up on your last video and said the same shit.
I spoke on the Cairo Symposium?
Nope. I'm saying the last show we had, you was on this motherfucker. I read it. You was like, that's an old source, Ankh. I said the Egyptians aren't black nor white. I know you don't, nigga, because that's what you do. I said the Egyptians ain't black or white. I said the indigenous, homegrown Africans. You was like, that's our old source. And then you come right back and out black or white.
Indigenous homegrown Africans, I'm trying to figure out what that has to do with the Cairo Symposium.
Because that's what they said at the Cairo Symposium. That was the verdict they came with.
Well, I agree. No. I agree. I mean, Egypt is a homegrown North African.
Hey, everybody, y'all hear them now, right?
No, I've never said it. I just said this a minute ago. Egypt is a North African civilization. They're North African. I haven't changed.
How they gonna be homegrown and you got people coming in from the Mediterranean, Chief X?
No. You're confusing my point. Okay, I'm saying you're see, we're talking about you. See, if we're talking about 5,000 years, then that's a different conversation than talking about 30,000 years. So we got to be clear on timelines.
For the timelines, go ahead. Give us your timeline.
During.
Write it down, nigga, because you be cheap.
Write it down. Fax it to people. Text it to everybody. Whatever you got to do. I'm saying Egypt, ancient Egypt, is a homegrown North African civilization. Years and thousands of years prior to pre-dynastic Egypt, it gets a little more cloudy. So we do our best to try to put the pieces of the puzzle together. It's, for instance, like when we do the DNA and stuff on King Tut and Queen T, we see that they came from West Asia. So my common sense says that their biological ancestors was floating around West Asia and came around the Mediterranean down into Egypt. I mean, that would be anybody's good common sense if you know what the geography looks like.
I just want to get you all on record because this is it. This is the last time I'm ever had this conversation with you.
Okay, Ankh, listen. I've drunk a little bit too much. I smoked a little bit too much. I'm gonna let you go.
Can I kill him?
Let me switch the screen to you. All right, we ready, everybody? Go ahead.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, are we familiar with this? This is the Brooklyn Museum, right? This is the Egyptian gallery on the 3rd floor. This is ancient Egyptian art, right?
Hey, Ankh, you gotta share your screen.
Okay. All right.
Because you know the museums don't mean shit. You don't need a library card when you're dealing with Chief X. You don't need a museum. You don't need education. You don't need any of that shit. So let's kill them slowly.
Kill them slowly. So in academia, the thing is, you really want to be a curator, or you really want to have your objects placed in a museum. And this is important. The museums are actually the standard. They're really warehouses of stolen African artifacts. And big up to Chancellor Williams, because Chancellor Williams told us that. So we enact Chancellor Williams right now. The Destruction of Black Civilization, Great Issues in Race, from 4,500 BCE, tells us, if you want to study African history, go to the goddamn museums in Europe, right? In the United States. So we right here, right? So right here, right? This is Imhotep III, 1,390 to 1,352 BCE, possibly from Thebes. The medium is actually wood. All right. Charles Edwin. Okay. It's photo. All right. Here you go. So it says our collection, because I want to give credence to what the goddamn Brooklyn Museum, right, is talking about. It say our collection of ancient Egyptian art, one of the largest and the finest in the United States, is renowned throughout the world. The galleries for the unparalleled collections have been reorganized and reinstalled. Yeah, there's a new sheriff in town. Watch this. Let's see what they start off saying about who the Egyptians are. It says the ancient Egyptians were an indigenous African people who first appeared in the south, Upper Egypt, Nile Valley, by 4,500 BCE and spread northward to Lower Egypt. Ah, man, we just killed T-Fex. We heard the conversation. Watch this. Joined over 5,000 years by other Africans from Nubia and Libya. Then hit you with the, as well, Semites, Persians, Greeks, and Romans. So these Semites, Persians, Greeks, and Romans are considered non-African. But they clump the Egyptians with who? With the Libyans and the Nubians. I see nothing about North African, all that bullshit. I'm going to read it one more time because I'm easing into it now. And everybody heard everybody's stance. And they talked me to death for about a year and a fucking half. Ancient Egyptians were an indigenous African people who first appeared in the southern Upper Egypt, Nile Valley, by 4,500 BCE, and spread northward. Key word there, y'all. Spread northward to Lower Egypt. Joined over 5,000 years by other Africans from Nubia and Libya. Boom. As well as Semites, Persians, Greeks, and Romans. Okay. Here we go. Let's get it in. Now, I just wanted to touch y'all Negro pins up just a little bit. Just a little something. Now, let's go to the exhibit.
Wait, Bobby Banger.
What you need? What you
Bobby Banger. In order to see this, Bobby Banger, they have to go to the Brooklyn Museum and buy a ticket.
Can I respond to that or?
No need to respond to.
Okay, so Reggie,
we don't want to hear you.
Reggie has to be quiet until you finish. Also,
we don't want to hear your excuses right now because they said the population flowed north. Clarification. Listen, bro, ain't no clarification there. It's so clear to everybody listening right now. We heard what you said. They said that population went northward, bro.
It totally agrees with what I've been saying.
Okay.
I want to ask a question. Are you saying that?
This is just you want to jump out there? Jump.
It's just a question, bro.
But wait a minute. Can I clarify something first?
Go ahead.
Ankh got his mic muted or something wrong.
I'm listening.
Okay. So what you just read is everything I've been saying. What you just read said that ancient Egyptians first started in northern Africa in Egypt.
It's not what it said. It said the south.
No. Listen, I'm just
paraphrasing. So I'm gonna give you a chance to change your stance now, because you said they came in from the Mediterranean.
All I got out was a sentence.
Hold on, but
I gotta get out two
sentences. You said they came in from the Mediterranean.
Yes, I did. I'm trying to clarify.
But that didn't say that though. But
no, it needs clarifying because you're misreading and miscomprehending. You're miscomprehending. Slow down. Yeah. You're miscomprehending. Yeah. Let me clarify. It's saying that ancient Egypt started in the north, which is Egypt in North Africa. Okay. It's saying also when the nation state formed, it began to form in Lower Egypt, which is southern Egypt, not Nubia. Okay. So people had been floating around there for thousands of years before they formed. So Narmer unified Upper and Lower Egypt. He unified all the North Africans. He unified the Egyptians. Okay. But you're not there. The question isn't where they came. No. The question isn't where. Hold on, let me just finish.
You got it wrong. It didn't say.
No, I don't have it wrong. I didn't say.
It didn't say it formed in Lower Egypt.
No, they're saying. Listen, they're saying when Egypt began, it was pre-dynastic Egypt. They're saying when Egypt formed, when it became a nation state.
Bobby Banger.
It started down south.
Put the article back up so that the people can see
Yeah, we put
and
it back
see
up
if
again.
Chief X
it's doing
has
its
really
normal bullshit.
comprehension.
So listen to
Here
what
it
I'm
go
saying.
again. Stop. Here it go again, Chief
Right.
X. I'm gonna read it again. Ancient Egyptians were an indigenous African people. Y'all like to play with that word, but Reggie, they ain't gonna be able to play with
We
the next
all
one.
agree with that already.
Yeah, almost. You almost agree.
100%. We all agree with that. We said at the beginning.
Okay, African people who first appeared in southern Nile Valley. Then they just put Upper Egypt, not Lower Egypt, bro. Do you get this? It say Nile Valley.
I just explained it.
Now you said. Lord.
I said Egypt formed and jumped off in North Africa, which is Egypt.
Is it Lower Egypt or Upper Egypt, my nigga? Where did it form at? In
It
Lower
formed,
Egypt.
and I tried to clarify, but you guys began to talk. It formed with Narmer, unifying it.
In Upper Egypt or Lower Egypt?
Oh my God. It formed with Narmer, unifying Upper and Lower Egypt, which is both still North Africa.
Actually, one more time.
Let me help y'all out. Let me help y'all out.
Let me just finish. I got one more sentence. Just relax.
We don't need no help,
oh God. It formed in Egypt, which is North Africa. They've been traveling up and down the Nile thousands of years before they even formed. Okay? Narmer unified his own people. They were one of the same. They were of the same stock.
All right.
One was just a little more southern. One was a little more northern.
All right. Let me put the score on the board. All right. Chief X, you said that they came in through the Mediterranean.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
No, I'm saying when you started. This is what they're gonna hawk in on. That's why.
Right,
hold on. I know. Listen.
I'm gonna give you a qualifying point.
No. Hold on. For the sake of fairness for the conversation, you said that, right? So they're gonna hawk in on that. They ain't going.
I qualified it.
Right, but they're not. Listen, either way you put it, that's wrong.
No.
If we're going to accept, hold on. If we're going to accept this source, now you don't have to accept this source. You know what I mean? You can bring your own source to challenge this.
This is what I'm saying, Chevron. Listen to what I'm saying. What he's saying, I already spoke on in many of my lectures. I just said, I qualified it by saying Queen T and King Tut's ancestors' biological origin is from West Asia. Before they even formed a nation state, I'm saying, and I've said this over and over, maybe I need to pull up a video and share my screen so you can understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, but we don't have to hawk in on that though.
The head, like the boss man, the head man jumped it off and formed it from south of North Egypt.
Oh no, hold on.
Sheffrin, wait.
North Africa.
Sheffrin, I want to just weigh in for a qualifying point.
Okay.
Egypt, what we call Egypt or ancient Egypt, is it a civilization that is both in the south and in the north? Is it two lands?
It's not in the south.
South Egypt and North Egypt. Huh? South Egypt and North Egypt. Say that. Because when you say south, you're trying to make people think Sudan.
Is part of it in the delta? Is there a Middle Egypt, and is there a southern part? Yes or no?
That's everywhere.
Okay, wonderful. So the article that just showed from the Brooklyn Museum that has one of the finest collections, does it say anything that Chief X said?
Well, I think this can be really answered simply. Is Upper Egypt in North Africa?
Yep.
Yeah.
Egypt formed in North Africa.
Yeah.
So that's a game. Okay, so
it's not a game, no.
Hold on for a minute. This nigga argued us down about the Nubians and how Egyptian culture don't come from the Nubians and all that shit. Didn't they, Reggie? But for years, all y'all niggas did it.
Your article. So put your article back up. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Let's be fair. Yo, stop. No, we not gonna argue. We're not going to argue. We having a peaceful conversation. Listen,
Hey, Chef.
hold on. Let's be honest. Chief X, you said that they came in from the Mediterranean, right?
No.
You gotta stop saying no. Look, Chief.
No.
Listen,
Let me clarify. I'm gonna be real.
you already hold on. You already clarified it.
When I say that, let me clarify. When I say that, I'm saying the ancient ancestors of these people who formed Egypt came in from the Mediterranean. This article is speaking about when Egypt is forming.
All right, so look, this is what I'm saying. So we don't have to keep arguing, right?
No, I'm done. I'm going to kill him.
No, hey, Chief X, you can let him have that point. Is like
that's why I said I already agree with the article. I'm just saying Ankh is clouding the points and trying to have a gotcha moment when he's clouding points. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so let me move, ladies and gentlemen. So this has been the problem the whole time, right? So I set him up just now. I apologize for setting him up. Now let me go to the real work.
So hold on. So hold on. Hey, hold on. No, I'm talking about what you just read.
We gotta flow with the combo.
Yeah,
we gotta be able to flow with the combo.
Exactly.
I ain't doing no motherfucking combo with y'all niggas until y'all realize what's really good. Let me
hold on.
Y'all can conversate.
Just let him do
I ain't talking to y'all, man.
No, I gotta ask him a question.
They're in shock. So
what are
let them get it out and try to collect themselves.
No, hold on.
Right? Go ahead, Chef.
All right, so
you stepping in this shit. You don't gotta step in. Everybody heard what that nigga said.
Right. So I'm clarifying and I'm giving you.
Go ahead.
I'm not letting nobody get off of what they said. Like everybody getting held to what the fuck they said tonight. You feel me? So,
I know you.
But you too though, right?
Yeah.
So look, Chief X clearly said they came in. So he's saying that the genetic population, that's what he's saying now. But you said that the Egyptians came in from the Mediterranean, right? Now, in your art, so Chief X, you gotta take that L right there. You look, a fumble in football, if somebody pick it up and run a touchdown, they still get those points. You can't say, you know what I mean, I made a mistake. It don't work like that. So, but and you're right there. It says that Lower Egypt, that it formed in Lower Egypt and then moved northward. But then it also says that it was joined by other Africans from Nubia and Libya, which is still clearly is making a distinction between the all right. So long as we cool with that.
I'm with you, yo, man. You read, bro. I'm gonna give you that. Motherfuckers don't know you read. I don't care. But y'all see that word? Anybody want to look up the word indigenous? Do we have to?
Here's what people are missing. I totally agree with this article.
Good, Chief X, you coming over the outside. Appreciate it.
I've said that. We 100% agree with that article.
Hey, Chief. Hey, then we teaching then.
No, it's saying that they're North African. It's saying that the narrative has been for decades that Reggie and his cronies been pushing is they came from the south and they were trying to alluding to Nubians in Sudan.
But the article says that. I mean, sorry.
Hold on, Reggie. And they've been lying for
decades. But it says that.
Called them on it.
Reggie, you know what we got? Got him, Coach. We got him.
So just be clear. Who clarified that lie they've been telling for decades?
Thanks a lot, sir. We're moving forward.
They tried to tell them that they tried to teach the people they came from Nubia.
Mute yourself
a bunch of liars.
I know. Who else you want to call liar? You want to call Dr. Ben and all them?
I didn't mention no names. You did.
Okay, I want to make sure. You're going to take all that.
Everybody, the whole entire conscious community has played the role like they came from Sudan. And they've been wrong and they've been lying.
You finished? You seem like you're trying to
run. I'm finished. I just had a sentence. Go ahead.
All right. Mute yourself out and die a slow death, my nigga.
Right. Can just do your whole presentation, then we'll talk about it afterwards.
Nigga, it's over with. Nigga, this shit is done. You're done.
That was it?
No, you're done. You're done up. This is it. You're over.
That was it. That was weak.
You still talking? Say it again. Say it twice. Say it one more time.
That was it. It was weak.
Okay, got you. This nigga dies right here. He dies right here. Hey, Chief X. You repeatedly said Nah, they ain't come out the Sahara. We repeatedly said that 100 times, Chief X. They ain't come out the Sahara. I said they did.
I've never said that.
Oh, now they come out the Sahara, Chief X?
No, I never said that. Why don't you just ask me so I can tell
I'm asking
the audience?
If
it's about the audience, if it's about the people, we need to get clarity for the people.
Okay.
You can't. Hold on. You can't run my narrative like that.
On the spot.
Now, are we having a question answer? Why question you?
No, hey, Chief X, I'm saying.
Oh, so you're just questioning everybody.
Chief X, I'm talking to you. Do the Egyptians come out the fucking Sahara or not, nigga?
There was no Egypt during that time.
Okay, do the population that would form Egypt come out of Sahara or not?
Listen to what I'm saying,
Okay, that's fine. Do the population that would later on form Egypt come out of the Sahara? Yes or no?
That is a cloudy question because it has to be elaborated on.
I'm asking you right now because you playing this game. Now we figured you out. Do they, yes or no, with clarification? Because we heard you say Mediterranean, bro.
Yes
we heard you
no.
say no.
Yes and no.
No, I need an answer, bro. Man up right now.
Okay, so here's my answer. It's more complicated than that. That's all I can say.
It's not.
Okay, well, it's not then. Go ahead.
Effects. I'm gonna ask you one more time.
I'm gonna tell you one more time. Yes and no.
So, do they come from Nubian culture in the Sahara?
But listen to what I'm saying.
Do the Nubians?
If we want to do that, listen. I'm gonna give you the answer. Then the Neanderthals are the Egyptians because they eventually became Homo sapiens.
See.
Let's just how far we gonna go back?
The Neanderthal never became a Homo sapien.
Was the ancient Egyptians because eventually
the Neanderthal died out
and they migrated all over the world and then somehow Egypt formed. So the Homo erectus was Egyptians.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chief X is what they call him buck dancing, right?
That's what I'm saying. So you can't just say everybody that came up off the Green Sahara was the ancient Egyptians. Are you trying to say so none of them were the Moroccans?
Chief X, I'm talking right now, bro.
Were anybody that come out the Sahara Moroccans?
I was quiet. I don't even need you.
Okay, that's what I thought.
So I'm gonna say this again.
Are Moroccans Egyptians? The Egyptians and the Nubians come out of the same population that came out of the Sahara. Do you fucking agree with that? Yes or no, my nigga? So do Nilotics. So do Congo people in the
Congo.
So do people in West Africa. So do people in East Africa. So does the whole continent of Africa have something to do with coming up out the Sahara that long ago? Yeah.
I ain't talking about that long ago.
Don't isolate the Nubians and Egyptians. Get the rest of them. Get the Congo people. Get them all.
So, ladies and gentlemen,
y'all get them all in the boat.
Now, do you understand why it's hard to talk to this man?
No, it's not. That is very logical. You cannot just say everybody that came out of the Sahara is the Nubians and Egyptians and not the Moroccans.
All right, you done, yo. So he can get off this platform. We clearly heard what he said, right? I don't know what kind of game he's playing. He's played with y'all for months with this game. Right? He said it on live streams that the Egyptians don't come out of Sahara. Then he tried to play that game like we talking about 10,000 years ago. Nigga, we talking about 3,000. We talking about 4,500 BCE is what the fuck we talking about. He know what we talking about right now.
I did not say that. You're confused.
And 4,500 did the Egyptians come out of the Sahara with the Nubians or not? Yes or no, bro?
I said you got to listen to my answer. You can't just say give me a yes. Slow down, If we're having a conversation, let's have a conversation. Listen to what I'm saying. People that came out of the Green Sahara make up the population of the Congo. They make up the population of Morocco. They make up the population of West Africa. You can't just single out Nubia and Egypt. That's being disingenuous to make a fake point. People who came out the Great Sahara spread all over the fucking continent of Africa, not just Nubia in Egypt. So stop the game playing with people. Teach people correctly and let them learn for real.
Chief X, I'm telling you right now that my stance is that the population that came out the Nile Valley, void from any fucking body else, came out of the Green Sahara together and formed Nubian Egypt. Do you agree or disagree with that, bro? Now, I ain't gonna ask you no more, yo. Now, you done buck dance and played this game. Stand on it, my nigga. You made the video about
watch me
out of here. He's done.
Well, what happened?
He's out of here.
You asked him a question.
Nigga, I asked this nigga 5 fucking times.
No, you asked him a question and he answered it and then you kicked him out.
Dude, I asked this nigga, are you serious right now? This nigga gonna say, no, all the populations in Africa come out. What the fuck is that? I'm talking about
Man,
Egypt.
either you accept his answer or you
Right.
don't, bro.
You asked him a question. He answered it, and you kicked him out.
Sosa, you gonna play that game? Hey, Sosa, you gonna play that game too, yo? That's how
I
y'all
mean,
doing
like I
it, nigga.
said,
And for
you
all
accept.
these months, that's what
You
y'all
don't
gonna do,
have to
goddamn,
accept
yo.
that. You don't have to accept the answer to this shit. Like,
But
damn.
hey, Sosa, you gonna play like I didn't? I said we're strictly talking about the Nile Valley population, bro. We're not talking about West Africa. We're not talking about over here, Morocco. We're talking about the Nile Valley, bro. This is very specific. I asked him a specific question, Sosa. So for him to add in everywhere else is crazy to me, bro.
When those
You
people
know,
come
not
out of the
him.
Sahara, when those people come out of Sahara, are there any people in what we consider
No, Nick, no. I'm talking about Egypt now. We're talking about the Egyptian
I
population.
said are there
So I'm gonna
peoples?
put you. So you take the
I'm
sword.
asking you not even that like that. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Man,
Go
no.
ahead, bro.
So let me get him up out of here real quick. Right. Nigga won't answer a question. Y'all can say what y'all want to say, right? I don't like him anyway because he's phony. And y'all seen that. All right. So let me bring this information, man. Why the hell would I even talk to this guy? It's a nut. And you playing with him, Sosa. I don't even appreciate that, Sosa. What you doing? You know I asked him a direct question, right? So I'm gonna ask you the direct question. See how you think.
Nah, you already go ahead do what you do, bro. Because every time
So,
I try to say something,
okay, I'm asking. Watch this. Let me see.
I ain't
Hey,
got no answer,
Sosa. Now,
bro. Go
y'all
ahead, do
had
what
all
you
the
do.
mouth, yo. Y'all had all the mouth for
Yeah,
months,
but
yo.
you have this
No, y'all had
combative
all the
type
mouth, though. Yo, I
argumentative
can ask you a question. Just
I
say
ain't,
you don't know.
bro. I ain't trying to have it's too late
You
to be
No,
having an
this is
argumentative
Sparta.
combative
This
conversation.
is intellectual warfare. This is
Nah, bro.
Sparta.
Just having a conversation. Like I'm not that invested. I just want to have a conversation, bro.
okay? So let's
I
have a
prefer it to just
conversation,
be
Sosa.
a nice
Did the
dialogue.
Egyptian population, did the Nubian and Egyptian population come out of Sahara and form Egypt? Yes or no?
I would
I don't want
assume
to hear
so.
about was anybody there. You know I'm asking you a straight question. That's the
I
same
would
question
assume
I asked
so,
him.
bro. I would assume so. They spread everywhere, so I'm supposing they got to Egypt too, bro. Yeah,
So you saying, yeah, you agree?
right.
So why'd you argue for months like that?
Argue for months about what?
Talk that crash about, oh, this, that, and the other. You was doing it to the farming. I heard your stance, bro. You made your stance. Now you backpedaling?
When did farming reach
Oh man.
Egypt?
All right, let me
Yeah,
check.
come
Hey
on, bro.
Reggie. Hey Reggie. Hey Reggie.
These
Oh,
niggas they have cattle and crops. They have
hey,
cattle from Near East in
We're talking
in
about
the
a
late
different
seventh
time period.
millennium
So,
BC.
so at this point, we are
No,
talking
but if
about.
hold on, but agriculture develops first in Lower Egypt and then spreads down northward.
We are talking
And
about. We're
southward
not
to Upper
talking
Egypt.
about. What we're talking about is the ethnicity. Sosa, good brother
Right.
Sosa.
So but I'm saying it's
We're
like they
talking
have
about. We're not talking about farming. We're talking
we're
about the
talking about
ethnogenesis of the people that they called the ancient Egyptians. From whence cultures did they form? Not farming. Farming is something that you can learn, you could borrow, but that doesn't make up the people. People can use tools. You use the white man's computer. This is the white man's computer. You ain't white. You
so
live in
you're
this
saying that
country.
go ahead, bro. Just why don't y'all just that's what I'm saying. Why don't
All
y'all just
right,
lay out
Unc.
that
So,
presentation, bro? Just
won't
lay it
you
out,
just
man.
start, you started boiling the water. So won't you just put the goddamn crabs in the
okay,
motherfucking
let me
pot?
put them in the
So
pot.
far we see one picture. One picture.
They in the pot. All right. So y'all got the spreadsheet on, right? Here you go. Yeah, y'all done. Can y'all see? Here you go. Brooklyn Museum. Watch this. This is a person taking a picture of a display in the Brooklyn Museum. And guess what it says? It says African ancestors. Let me make it big for y'all ninjas. For y'all ninjas. African ancestors of Egypt and Nubia from the Green Sahara to the Nile. This is what they're talking about in the museums, in the exhibits. Well, when exactly? When exactly is that?
Who was in the Green Sahara?
When exactly is that? Hold on. Trying to find the other. Where's the other slide? I wanted to put in there the date of the exhibit. Let me see. The exhibit will open up next month on the 30th. Let me see. Do I have that?
Pull up the PowerPoint. Put up the PowerPoint.
Yeah, but I'm gonna pull up the PowerPoint, but I want everybody to see this is an actual exhibit there where the people who really want to learn something and understand can
in the PowerPoint, the first
I got
first
it.
slide.
Yeah, that's the first, right. I got you. But I want everybody to see this so they know it's an actual display. All right, this is coming directly from the museum, right? So yes, here you go. Let me pull this up. All right. Okay, so yeah, African ancestors of Egypt and Nubia from the Green Sahara to the Nile, right? The 30th of April, 2022 to December 2030. That's how long this display will be on there. All right.
Read the rest. That shit in German.
It's in a whole different language. It's in a whole different language. German. I believe that's German. Yep. International type of shit. All right. Book Museum, here you go.
No, you so smart. Read the whole thing.
In German, nigga?
Yeah, you so fucking smart.
Ethiopia. I see the word Ethiopia, Africanus culture in. And the Afro-American. Oh man. I might have to get that translated. All right, let's move forward. All right, here we go. And they die a slow death. Located on the African continent, Egypt, nevertheless, often perceived as being part of the Near East. That's that shit everybody was talking about. Y'all remember all that? They did all that. They said all that. While it ties with various Near Eastern cultures, While its ties with various Near Eastern cultures in both ancient and modern times are well established, right? Egypt's deep African roots and profound religious, artistic, and linguistic connection to other African cultures, have often been overlooked. That's what they've been doing for the last year and a half, talking that shit. Acting like they talking about African shit. But they was really talking about the non-African shit. Watch this. Alternative theories regarding the origins of pharaonic civilization, often guided by racist assumption, have omitted the African context altogether. That's what they've been doing. And instead proposed ideas ranging from an invading white race to extraterrestrials. Check this out, y'all, and all that bullshit in between. And we didn't heard that for months on this platform. Niggas was talking shit. From early on, Egypt was a multicultural society with significant disparities between various regions, right, of the country. So within the country, right, it had different disparities. Within the country. Throughout its existence, pharaonic Egypt traded, right, and exchanged ideas with and incorporated migrants from, watch this, neighboring African populations, including Nubia, that's modern Sudan, Libya, Punt, and likely modern Ethiopia and numerous other cultures of the ancient world.
Well, they say numerous other cultures. What does that mean?
You know, multicultural, different other people, numerous other cultures. We're going to get, you want to jump? You want to jump?
But
it just means like there's other cultures, like there's other groups.
Right, that were there. They mixed that, they flexing and mixing them actually, right?
Yeah, like you got pan group cultures that ain't Nubians, right? You got different groups, all that. All right, keep going. Here we go. Archaeological excavations, along with anthropological and linguistic research, indicate that the Nile Valley was originally settled by nomadic peoples escaping the dry climate of the Green Sahara. See, that's why niggas ain't really want to answer, ladies and gentlemen. They ain't really want to answer. I've been saying it for months now. Watch everybody say they said that. Watch. This earliest inhabitants of Egypt, Nubia and Libya desert produced similar types of tools, pottery, and religious imagery, pointing to their common origin. What's the common origin here? The earliest inhabitants of Egypt, Nubia, and Libyan desert produced similar types of tools, pottery, and religious imagery, pointing to their common origin. So these three cultures have a common origin. Watch how they fake you and get it. I'm not going to sit up here and do it. Watch this, y'all. This is going to clear it up for everybody trying to play. The traditions and language of this Saharan Neolithic population largely shaped the development of ancient Egypt and Nubia into the great civilizations we know today. In fact, many traits that were once viewed, remember I've been saying this for months, yo, I said y'all getting it mixed up. Many traits that were once viewed as essentially Egyptian were first attested in Nubia. I've been saying this shit for months. I said, yo, they realized they got a lot of that shit wrong based off the racism. They did that shit on purpose. I'm going to say it real slow, right? In fact, many traits that were once viewed as essentially Egyptian, right, were first attested in Nubia. Remember, Chief X calls the Nubians sub-Saharan African, but he tried to dance around that. And are thus rooted, watch there, rooted there. I'm going to say this again. In fact, many traits that were once viewed as essentially Egyptian were first attested in Nubia and are thus rooted there. And in the desert cultures to the south. Reggie. Where you at, Reggie? Reggie? Where's Reggie? They're quiet now. Let me say this again, y'all. In fact, many traits that were once viewed, because they was talking, that noise just strictly right there, North Africa. Watch this. Watch this. In fact, many traits that were once viewed as essentially Egyptian were first attested in Nubia and are thus rooted there and in the desert cultures. What desert cultures could they be talking about? To the south. What desert cultures are they talking to the south? And west of Egypt. Oh my goodness. South and west of Egypt. Watch this, y'all. This really clears it up for y'all. The nomadic pastoralist way of life adapted in Egypt and other North African cultures. Oh man, they dying. The nomadic pastoralist way of life adapted in Egypt and other North African cultures was first established by the most ancient Nubian peoples. Let me see this again.
Keep reading.
The nomadic pastoralist way of life adapted in Egypt and other North African cultures, since y'all made the North African cultures the bomb, was first established by the most ancient Nubian peoples. Similarly, they shared vocabulary of Afro-Asiatic languages, which includes ancient Egyptian. Man, points to the origin of these languages to the south of Egypt. Man, where's the south of Egypt? He wouldn't say it. He buck danced. They played the game. I told you I had him, yo. I got him, coach. Just put me in the game.
Bobby Banger, take one break, right?
I
want to go back.
Take a break.
Wait, one question. I just want to go back to the point where there was a translation, right? Because these people are problematic. So okay, so let me just share my screen. 1 second. Let's just share my screen. Because you know what? They don't play fair, Bobby Banger. So let's just share the screen just to let the people know that we have resources, we use tools. So the Dutch that it was Dutch that Ankh read. It was the Brooklyn Museum. It was an international press release that went out and in multiple languages. And we was just showing you how far the reach of this exhibition went. So it went to the Dutch, which is important because the Dutch are racist. So it went to the Dutch, it went to the Arabs, it went to everywhere. But this is what it said. The Egyptian section focuses on African origins of the Egyptian people and their civilization. The links with Sudan, Ethiopia, and other African cultures are highlighted. These African Americans are also put in a spotlight. There are also 3 African Americans are also put in a spotlight who have pointed this out since the 19th and early 20th century. Black African Americans pointed this out, including Leo Hansberry and Du Bois, and a sister. Do you know that the father of there is no father of African Egypt studies? There is a mother. She first published her work in 1901 in a book called Of One Blood. Her name is Sister Hopkins. She was from Yale.
Didn't she write a fiction?
She wrote a fiction.
I'm sorry, that's a fiction.
She wrote, yeah, she wrote a fiction, but she based it on research. And
I have that book. It was somebody fell asleep. The character fell asleep and had a dream about Egypt. Is a fiction. Hey, Unc, screen your screen down.
1 second.
They do what?
Shrink your screen down. The people can't see it. You got it blew up too big.
Oh shit.
So
what they think about that?
So wait, I didn't finish. So the 3 African Americans who are also put in the spotlight, who are pointing this out since the 19th century and earliest 20th century. So the Brooklyn Museum is highlighting the Sister Hopkins, Du Bois, and Leo Hansberry. The Metropolitan Museum of Art is highlighting the Francophones, Cheikh Anta Diop. All Africans who people thought they was crazy, like Brother Ankh and Brother Reggie. But this 2022 annual program included a start date of February 11th, 2022, but nothing has been published until the end of February. So they started it, but nobody is starting to publish it. So they are putting out a press release. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen, Bobby Banga, Body Bag, Body Bag, right? I'm just making sure that you done had your drink so you can continue the murder. Because your coffins are going in the ground. We bought them. You was at the funeral parlor. Chief X is deep in the hole, and the pseudos are running. I'm gonna stop and shut up.
They're running. So I hope y'all can see this again, man. But I think this is important because brothers like Wu John them, man, Smash Rockwell's, man, been on this from like day fucking one, man. And just to see how the Brooklyn Museum just is just putting it where it's supposed to be. And I've been trying to tell y'all, I was saying, man, listen. But sometimes, you know how they say it, yo, the taller they are, the harder they fall. So I just had to let them get the big head out there. Watch this. It say the nomadic pastoralist way of life. Hope y'all should be able to see it. Can they see it on the screen now, Chef?
Yeah.
Because I want to make sure everybody see this, man.
Yeah, it's
this for the people because we teaching now. That's all I wanted to do was teach. Watch this. The nomadic pastoralist way of life, adapted in Egypt and other North African cultures, man. But I thought it was just a line that niggas couldn't go cross. Was first established by the most ancient Nubian people. Similarly, the shared vocabulary of Afro-Asiatic languages, which comes from the foothill Ethiopia, which includes ancient Egyptian, points to, watch this, the origin of these languages to the south of Egypt. Do y'all remember about 20 minutes ago how hard niggas was saying, but that's North Africa, but that's North. They remember they kept doing that? So now I gotta go south of Egypt to get these niggas. And I knew I had them, but I let them run their mouth. Don't talk me to death. Let's keep going. It gets worse. It gets worse. Now, Reggie, this part is kind of covered over right
It
here.
gets worse.
Ancient gets worser. Mispronunciation gets worse. You're right. Ancient Nubian society developed alongside, and in close contact with Egypt. The two cultures mutually influenced each other. Once again, the elders been saying this forever. The two cultures mutually influenced each other and shared many similar traditions. Until recently, however, many European and white American historians saw Nubia as Egypt's inferior neighbors. And I'm going to charge the Black community with this. Sheffrin totally agrees with me. Smash agrees with me on this. Robert Reggie agrees with me on this. Man, we should have always been hot and heavy on Nubia just as equally. Plain and simple. Like you shouldn't have never let them people tell you where you should study at. Anyway. Until recently, however, Europeans and white historians saw Nubia as inferior. Excavations of Nubian sites in the late 20th century revealed a thriving and sophisticated culture that developed independently. Now, Reggie, I don't know what the because you covered it up right there. It was covered up in that PowerPoint. Anyway, we can keep going. We say today the legacy of ancient Egypt and Nubia is evident in early elements of religion and ritual and rituals that persist in many.
Hey, you can unclick that. You should be able to unclick that out. That's just a box. So see if you could just delete it. Go back to the slide. You're showing the slide, right?
Yeah.
So no. So so it opened up with Google Slides. So that's the problem. You didn't open it up as a PowerPoint.
All right. Well, that's fine. We'll come back to
that.
It gets worse. First of all, now we gotta figure out what the fuck Osahotep be talking about. Because he always talks about this. And this was always the argument. Today, the legacy of ancient Egypt and Nubia is evident in early elements of religion and ritual that persist in many later African cultures. What museum is this? What the Brooklyn Museum?
Yeah, they're competing politely. They're competing politely with the Metropolitan. Metropolitan opened their thing on Diop. They came and they did the Green Sahara.
Reggie, this is where they already did. Now we're gonna dig them up. Let's dig them up, right? Because they was trying to play the little game. Now we're gonna end the game. Ancient Egypt and African culture. Let's see. Here you go. The ancient Egyptians were an African people who first appeared in the Nile Valley by 4,500 BCE and created a distinct culture. Egyptologists no longer maintain the false hypothesis that light-skinned outsiders created Egyptian culture. Well, I be damned.
Uppercut to the forehead.
But didn't we all agree to that earlier though?
Nah,
no, but this is the museum saying it. Forget that.
That's the Kamehameha way right there.
I'm gonna be quiet.
Read that shit again.
I'm gonna read it again. Now we realize that people that you
wait, the motherfucking Mediterranean niggas.
Wipe them out of there. Let me say this again. Because they must have knew that Negropeans was going to try to fight because the white people already gave up. See, this is the work of white people. They've already given up. They've given up already. See, how do you know they've given up, right? Because now it's part of Egyptology. I tried to tell them. I tried to tell him, coach, put me in the game. The ancient Egyptians were an African people, right? I don't hear them saying the North African people. I don't hear none of that language because they know that's kind of tricky language, right? They don't use it. The ancient Egyptians were an African people who first appeared in the Nile Valley by 4,500 BCE and created a distinctive culture. Egyptologists Egyptologists no longer maintain the false hypothesis, because that's all it was. Niggas was arguing with it like it was serious, that lighter-skinned outsiders created Egyptian culture. A.E. Mediterranean Negro pins, A.E. this person, that marker, this marker, our marker. Nah, we gonna deal with this, the Africans. It gets worse.
Ankh just went Super Saiyan God mode on their
ass.
Y'all not hearing the words in between though. That's
I'm not listening. Now we got words in between. See, hey, bro, I'm gonna tell you like them niggas say, yo, call it the museum, bro.
No, I don't have no problem with it. It's just a lot of words in between that, is being said that's, is addressing racism, yo.
Right.
And right. So, but that doesn't. Go ahead, do your presentation.
Let me finish. I'm gonna let y'all can critique it later on. 19th and early 20th.
Wait, they starting to think for the first fucking time.
Hey, Reggie. This the kid. You know what? I want to unshare my screen and look at the people. Ladies and gentlemen, it gets worse. It really clears up everything. It literally gets worse. At the Brooklyn Museum, they on y'all ninja's head. I won't be using the word nigger anymore.
But you know that when we stated that the Egyptians was an African people, then all of that other stuff in between, you know what I mean, it goes out the window. Like what? So what are you saying now? That does it go against anything that Sosa already stated?
Absolutely, we can rerun the tape.
How?
He acting like this, acting like that. Hold on. It was people. I don't want to hear all that. We're talking about the ancient Egyptians. We don't care about if Sam and his mother was there. They must have kicked him out the house. We're not talking about that. We're talking about that the Nubians and the Egyptians came out of the same population based off what Egyptology is saying now. I didn't say it.
Wait, Bobby Banger.
Well, we ain't get to the good part yet.
Wait, Bobby Banger. Wait, stop. Bobby Banger. Bobby Banger, wait.
What?
We are introducing a source to them. So they no longer have to be fuzzy. We don't care what you said. That does not matter, Bobby Banger, Bobby body bag. It does not matter what the fuck they said. What matters is what a lead flagship museum in New York City says with its brother museum, the Metropolitan Museum of Art. It ain't saying shit that Chief X said and shit that any of these other people have said. We have read, Bobby Banger. I'm going to do like the Hebrews. Read.
All right, we read. It gets worse. Y'all didn't think it could get worse. It actually gets worse. It actually gets worse because it actually gets worse. Oh, I can't wait to see the response videos of this. 19th and early 20th century historians largely interpreted the archaeological evidence on the African continent through a racist filter. I tried to tell you. That rejected the notion that Africans could create a high civilization. Man. Today, I tried to tell y'all niggas it's today. Today, Egyptologists, not 1980, not 1800s, not 2000, but today, 2022. Today, Egyptologists have data. They have what? Data data, watch this, that clearly shows that the Egyptian culture was invented by indigenous people in the southern Egypt and spread toward TOWARD, the Mediterranean Sea, about 3000 BCE. This evidence includes, here go the evidence for y'all niggas. I tried to tell you, I got the jokes, the pots and pans. Oh, here they go with this and that, the other. Smash Rockwell say, yo, we took a class and they talked about some of the greatest pottery on planet Earth, renowned. Here we go. Today's Egyptologists have data that clearly show that the Egyptian culture was invented by the indigenous people in the southern Egypt and spread towards the Mediterranean Sea and 3000 BCE. This evidence includes distinct jars and bowls. Remember, they hit me with the pots and pan joke. Like those to your left. That's that black top pottery. That's if you were standing in your museum, like those pots to your left, ladies and gentlemen. Watch this. It say the decorations on these vessels first appeared in southern Egypt. Man, didn't the elders say, yo, did the population come from the south? Did the culture come from the south? Did I not show you the incense burners in Nubia in the south? Y'all do know that southern Egypt is actually Nubia. Y'all do know that. Watch this. The Egyptian by 3000, hold on, these vessels appear in southern Egypt by 3300 BCE. And then by 3000 BCE is found in the north. Oh, man. Didn't Dr. Ben say, nigga, you don't start off with boats. You float down the river. He said that. I remember the great elders said the culture starts and goes downstream with the current. Oh my goodness gracious.
Wait, Uncle Keck. But I'm sorry, Bobby Banger, Bobby Body Bag. It said, where did it start and where later was it found? It started in the south, right? Read that shit again. The decorations on these vessels first appeared in southern Egypt by 3400 BCE, and then by 3000 BCE is found in the north. They bootleg that shit.
Let me finish. During this period, rectangular house designs from the south replaced earlier oval houses in the north. At the same time, distinct southern oval-shaped graves began to appear in the north, replacing the northern shallow pit graves. The southern cult that centered on cattle, we already told you them cattle cults came from, and the cattle worship was so transferred northward in this time period. Archaeologists cannot determine from this kind of evidence whether this culture change was peaceful or the result of conquest through some evidence for fortified towns suggests conflict. They was like, yo.
Hey, I got a question. Hey, peace to y'all, man. I got a question.
No, I'm still reading, bro. I don't
okay. Right now. Oh, yeah, okay. You gonna read all day. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna read all day, nigga. We're gonna read all day and we're gonna read all night into the sun.
He almost at the end, Q. Look at the cursor. He almost at the end.
Yeah. I mean, I can stop right here, man. So what's your question?
No, read the whole thing. Yo, I hate when people stop. Read the whole thing.
Man, okay. During prehistoric nomadic people, during prehistory, nomadic people traveled through present-day Egypt. The first settlers in the Nile brought their language and their deep religious beliefs in the afterlife. In the period from 4000 3000, they were intensely creative, inventing hieroglyphic writing, developing a system of artistic representation, and establishing the political system centered on divine kingship. After 3000 BCE, you got Nubians, Semites, Libyans, Persians, Greeks, and Romans came to Egypt through migration and conquest. All of these groups adopted and contributed to Egyptian culture. Let me finish. It said Egyptians defined themselves as separate from all other peoples. They perceived their differences to lie in their distinct culture rather than in physical characteristics such as skin.